Namaskar, good morning, Ram Ram. Welcome to your own channel AC Astro, and today we are here with the most awaited video of the week, Weekly Horoscope, week starting from 31st of March and up to 6th of April. So, how this week will be for all 12 ascendants? Let's welcome Akash Chauhan ji from Calgary, Canada. Namaskar, Ram Ram.
Namaskar, Ruiji Ram Ram. Today we are going to discuss about the weekly and how the week is looking for everyone from 31st of March uh, till 6th of April. See, Rohiji, the new year started very. April is also here now, so it is too fast what is happening. But before that, would like to tell everyone that there is a new WhatsApp group that many almost in like last 10 hours 500 people have joined this group for research and development. The link is below. If you want, you can join and discuss about astrology. Moving forward, Rohitji, for Aries ascendant people, 31st of March is when Moon will enter into Sagittarius. Moon entering into the house where, uh, you know, the Bhagyastan, the house of destiny. And here the fourth house lord is in the ninth house, making sure that after this eclipse, now Moon is all ready to give you a very good boost in your destiny area, in the especially related to higher learning. So all the best for that. Then Venus enters into Pisces, Rohitji. It means that Venus has now become exalted, and exalted Venus here is the second house in the seventh house, Lord. So you will gain a lot of things related to wealth, foreign travel, as well as in your relationship area. There can be some very positive news. But on the health part, because of the debilitated aspect of Jupiter, you have to be extra careful during this whole month. Okay, then Mercury retrogrades in Aries. Now, Rohiji, this is the time that Mercury is going to start having inward energy. That means the planet of communication and health goes retrograde and towards the debilitated sign of Mercury, that is Pisces. So there is going to be a little bit of challenge in terms of decision making, communication, in that area. So what we need to do is make sure that during this time, lot of, see, as the eclipse is also approaching, just next week the eclipse is going to be there, and it's going to be happening in the, Mercury is also going to be in the 12th house. So that means area related to your what we say, decision making, especially higher learning decision making, foreign country decision making, hospitals, any surgeries decision making will be lot, there will be a lot of conflict in that area. So let's hope for the best, but during this time major decisions should be avoided. Then Moon enters into Capricorn on 5th of April, exactly opposite to its sign, aspecting the fourth house. There can be some very good news that might be coming in the home area, in the career area. Very good news for all the people. In fact, those who are trying again, this is the time for foreign country, foreign travel, because Moon was in the ninth house, right? So those who were trying to get visa and stuff like that might also get little bit of success in that area. And then this is the week that is going to be very potent in terms of Sun being very much afflicted in the 12th house, because it is just going to enter into the exact degree where Rahu is and cause a complete eclipse. So what do we need to do is, any very important, there is going to be a video we'll be making about the rituals to do during this solar eclipse, because however eclipse are negative time, but there is one positivity to do siddhi, that is to do any kind of penance during this period and get the desired results. So for that, you wait for the solar eclipse video. Otherwise, those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe, and there is a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments. You can go there, click on it, and then we will be talking about your appointments later on. Next, for Taurus, Moon enters into Aquarius. Okay. Oh, Moon enters into Aquarius here. I forgot this completely. And here it will make a Mahalakshmi Yog. So this is also the time of making a lot of money, but also make Wish Yog. So there can be some differences with some people related to your social network as well, in your networking area. So be a little vigilant. It is, see, everything is happening in the 11th and 12th house, and everything is happening more around the 12th house this month, so we need to be careful. Moving on to Taurus ascendant people, for here 31st of March, Moon will enter into Sagittarius into the 8th house for you. The third house lord in the 8th house, that means sudden ups and downs in the area related to communication, shared resources, and also financial investment should be taken or done with lot of thought process. Otherwise, it should not be done. But very positively, Venus, the ascendant lord, is going to go in the 11th house, get exalted. Now this is blessing in disguise, you know where the eclipse is happening, where there the lagna lord goes and gives a very big boost in that house. So it is a positive time for all the Taurus ascendant people. Yes, the eclipse is going to be a little bit of challenge, but because Venus is exalted there, so lagna lord is so powerful that it will take care of this event with a lot of grace. Huh? But very good news in terms of gains. If you're waiting for some gains, especially anything, the fourth house lord is also in the 11th house into something to do with real estate, something to do with your vehicles. It is going to be a positive time for you. Then, Rohitji, Mercury is going to get retrograde in Aries on 2nd of April. Here, Mercury is in the 12th house right now, Rohitji. Mercury is the second house and the fifth house lord. That means all the wealth in Taurus ascendant people is ruled by Mercury. And Mercury getting retrograde makes sure that your speech can be a little bit of challenge. You speaking something will not go back. So that's why speaking, before making any judgment or any statement, be very careful, especially in the area related to your children, education, or your family, closed family. This is where you can have little bit of challenge, because Mercury retrograde means speech wise something, some up and down. Then Rohitji, Moon is going to say that, okay, I'm entering Capricorn. Now, the third house lord, exactly opposite from itself in the ninth house, tells that there's going to be some long distance journey for a very short period of time. So embrace yourself, start booking tickets. There's going to be some new exciting thing coming up. And also your destiny will be at full power, awesome power. So amazing. Then Moon enters into the 10th house of your career, making a Mahalakshmi yoga. So some very good recognition in the career, but there can other people who can be jealous from you, because Moon is also making a conjunction with Saturn here, which is Vishya yoga. So Mahalakshmi yoga and Vishya yoga happens at the same time, which means that there can be some jealousy in the work area, as well as there can be some monetary benefit that you may get, and that may be the prime reason of jealousy. So during this week, mostly all the things or all the energy are in the 10th house and the 11th house for you. So that means a lot of gains and a lot of career progress this week. But because of the eclipse happening, be very careful with your social networks, with your networking, with your people who are just your immediate colleagues or acquaintances. There is where there can be little bit of challenge. Also, if you see, Venus is putting a debilitated aspect on the fifth house of relationships. So relationships are very delicate this week. Make sure that you do not go overboard. All the best, Taurus ascendant people. There's a WhatsApp link in the description, and for personal appointments, do contact, do subscribe, and so that you can be a part of it all the time, every time. For Gemini ascendant people, when we talk about Gemini ascendant people, 31st of March is when Moon will enter into Sagittarius into the 7th house, restoring lot of happiness, lot of things related to relationships. Now, in this chart, if you see, Mercury has given Moon the second house of Maraka. That means it is a killer as well as the wealth giver. And the seventh house is given to Jupiter. Now, here Jupiter is aspecting this house, making a Gaj Kesari Yoga also. So, 31st of March is a very, very awesome time in terms of relationships and partnerships. Later on 31st of March, that same day, Venus is also coming into the 10th house, making sure that it becomes exalted. For Gemini ascendant people, career wise, it is going to be one of the best yogas possible. Venus getting exalted in the 10th house, and Moon 10th from the 10th coming into the 7th house, making a Gaj Kesari yoga. Oh, awesome time for all the Gemini ascendant people. There's going to be some very, very positive news in the area related to your work. Those people who are looking for work may get an offer. Those people who are looking for an promotion may get some kind of indication. Those people who are looking for an increment or something, they might get some letters that, okay, and this is how much money you will expect now. So very, very good time for all the Gemini ascendant people. Then, Mercury gets retrograde the same day. 3rd of April, sorry. Mercury gets retrograde here. And this is the time when, uh, Mercury getting retrograde will create a little bit of challenge in the because the Lagna Lord as well as the fourth house Lord challenge in home environment and in your decision making ability. This is especially happening in the 10th house. So now, if you get a job offer, if you get promotion, you might also some people might also feel disappointment. Yeah, this is not what they expected. This is not what they much the how much they wanted, and this may cause a little bit of dissatisfaction, and that is why your communication can be a little bit of challenged. So don't do it, just hold on, because the energy of eclipse is also happening in that area, so you have to be careful in the work environment. Later, moon enters into the eighth house, the second house lord, exactly opposite from itself. It means that during this time there can be some really good gains in from sudden gains from some partnerships or investments that you have already done in the past. So all the best, but this is also the time to be very careful, because moon in the eighth house puts you into daydreaming, and there can be challenge in terms of you driving and suddenly hitting the brake, some kind of accidents. These can happen, and with eclipse happening, you have to be more vigilant during this time. And then moon enters into the ninth house. Now here, ninth house is very important house for everyone, because this is the house of dharma, higher righteousness, and also it means the house of your destiny. When Moon and Mars will make a Mahalakshmi Yog here, that is very awesome, but it also makes a Visha Yog, because when it comes into close conjunction with Saturn, because it is coming into close conjunction with Saturn, there can be some dispute or things, or maybe some kind of argument in the philosophy area, either with your father or either with your mentors. There can be some kind of arguments, during this time. But on the other hand, those who are going through Moon Dasha, Mars Dasha, lot of destiny, awesome destiny will work for you, and there can be positive monetary gains also through your destiny, that suddenly you say, oh, I never expected this. And how money comes through destiny? Sometimes through speculation also. So with your own risk, move forward. But this is a very, very good week, mostly the emphasis on the career area, because eclipse is happening there. So some good news is coming, as well as you have to be careful not to overreact in that situations. All the best, Gemini Ascendant people. There is a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments. And those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe. One more good news is that there is an Astro group which is booming. Like, so many people have joined. So there is a link in the description as well. So you can join that group and have a lot of discussion about astrology as well. All the best. Moving on to Cancer ascendant people. When we talk about Cancer ascendant here, the Lagna Lord, is going to be traveling in the sixth house, restoring a lot of good things. And these good things are related to happiness in your health area, some good news in the health area, enemies not giving you more trouble. When the Lagna Lord goes into the sixth house, it takes more care of this chart. So here, this is the time that if your health wise going anything up and down, in the workplace you're going anything up and down, it is going to be a very positive outcome. During the beginning of the week only, you will get some positive news. And that same day, Venus becomes exalted, the 11th house lord, the 4th house lord. It's kind of a yoga karka only after Mars for Cancer ascendant. It becomes exalted here. And when it becomes exalted in the ninth house, your destiny is at peak. But remember, in that destiny area, there is an eclipse also happening. So sometimes when destiny is at peak and you make a lot of noise in that area, so you may also suffer a lot of what we say evil eye. So be careful in that area. But otherwise, your destiny will be at peak. There'll be higher learning. Those who are thinking of education in foreign countries, very nice for you. Higher learning. Those who are trying to go for new courses, new enrollments in educational institutions, very good for them. Philosophically, dharma wise, very good. Do a lot of charity also during this time when ninth house is so much active. So all the best. Then Mercury becomes retrograde. Now Mercury is the 12th house lord of expenses and the third house lord of hardship. Getting, so if you're in a foreign country for your work area, there may be some bad news that you may hear in that area, that maybe you may have to come back to your home country, or maybe your contract does not extend and stuff like that. So not honestly not so bad, but still little bit of challenge, because Mercury getting retrograde, and very soon it is going to enter into the ninth house. I think in next 4 or 5 days it is going to enter also, and which will cause little bit of challenge. Mercury being debilitated, Venus being exalted in the same house called Neech Bhang Raj Yog. But this Raj Yog, honestly, for a 12th house lord is not so positive. There may be some kind of long distance travel also, expenses also in that area. So sorry for that. Then later, Moon enters into the seventh house, Lagna Lord, exactly opposite from itself, aspecting its own house. A lot of confidence will be restored. Even in amidst of some kind of struggle in the career area, you will still be at very much peak of confidence. So that is what the very positive part about Cancer ascendant people is, that they feel troublesome for only a very little while, then again suddenly they become very, very positive. So very good for you. Relationship wise, things will work out for you, and there may be some new relationship sparks also in your life. Maybe someone comes into your life, or maybe you fall in love with someone. So all the best. Moon is very, very, sorry, lusty planet. It can fall in love very easily. Then Moon comes to the eighth house, Lagna Lord in the eighth house, sudden ups and downs, but that sudden ups and downs will be in the area of wealth, and that wealth will go up because Moon is making a very good Mahalakshmi yoga in the eighth house with Mars, but also making a Vishya Yoga here. So very careful about poisoning, alcohol poisoning, food poisoning during this time. Try to avoid all this because an eclipse is approaching, and this is the time your soul is very weak. You may take some wrong steps, and that will create some trouble for you. Ethically, earning money is very good, but unethically going somewhere and earning money is going to be a challenge for you, and can also cause legal troubles during this time because of the planets getting afflicted. But overall, good week for you. Especially emphasis on the area related to your destiny is going to be at par peak during this time. All the best. There's a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments, and those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe and share your blessings with us. Leo ascendant people, for here, the Lagna Lord is going to get into a eclipse, and that too in the eighth house. So a lot of emphasis on transformation. There's going to be some very positive transformation and end of some bad habits, starting into some very, very positive life. Moon enters into Sagittarius on 31st of March, 31st of March only, and here 31st of March is when Moon enters here. It will create a very, very awesome effect, especially related to foreign travel. There's going to be some very big travel that you can see, either for your children, with your children, or there can be plans. It's not means that this is the time you will travel. You may be traveling, but this is also the time you may plan for some kind of new retreat. As well as education wise, if anyone wants to go to a foreign country to do education, this is the time that you may expect some very positive news. Then later, Venus enters into exaltation. Here, the 10th house lord, the third house lord, goes into the 8th house and gets exalted, takes the, what you say, takes the situation in control that is happening of an eclipse in that area. It takes that under control, but in a positive way. Certainly, there is going to be some, awesome news in terms of occult or any kind of thing related to do with research. Some very big research will be done, and you may be booming during this time in the area of research. So all the best. Suddenly, whenever the 10th house lord is in the 8th house, there can be ups and downs in the career area, but this time it is exalted, so it will be a positive up and down in the career area. So all the best for you. Since Venus is putting a debilitated aspect on the second house, so here another thing that we have to be careful about is related to your what we say is related to your wealth and your speech. This can be afflicted, and that is the reason, because Mercury, the owner of your speech, the owner of your gains, is going to get retrograde in the ninth house, and that means dharma wise, spiritually wise, there can be some challenge and some speech or some kind of argument in that area which may lead to some kind of disappointments. So gain lord and the wealth lord is getting retrograde, means a lot of inward energy. So during this time, more than wealth, more than money, go on knowledge, get on knowledge. That is going to help you. Then Moon enters into Capricorn. Now, Moon entering into Capricorn is another very, very positive news for all the Leo ascendant people, because the 12th house Lord has exactly gone into the 6th house, exactly opposite. Now, it is aspecting the 12th house as well as in the 6th house. It can create some very positive news in terms of your health becoming better. If you were going to hospitals daily, there was some kind of trouble in that area, very good news, your problem will go, because it's making a Viprit Raj Yoga. So that means the problem that has occurred for a long period of time will now start ending. Also, if anyone is applying for a debt for money in that area, also you may find some kind of positive news. Later, 5th of April is when moon will enter into Aquarius, and moon entering into Aquarius will make two major yogas. Number one, it will break Mahalakshmi yoga, so you can get very, very good results or money from your partnerships. But that can also mean that partnerships can end because of the Vishwa yoga that has been made by Sunny, Saturn, and moon altogether. So there are two beautiful things happening here. Number one, ending of very bad, difficult partnerships, and on the other hand, making a lot of profit from partnerships as well. Love life will also be 50-50, because somewhere it will be aggressive love, very much possessiveness, and somewhere it will be very, very lethal and very, very poison oriented. So depend on how you balance it. This is astrology is just an indication on what is happening. Rest is your free will, that how you manage it. All the best. Mostly the emphasis on the 8th house of transformation. Very, very big transformation happening in the Leo ascendant people. There's going to be a reset button that is happening by the eclipse. The Lagna Lord is going to go into a reset mode. Exactly exalted. Very, very nice month for all the Leo ascendant people, because 14th onwards, Sun will become exalted, making you achieve everything that you desire during this course of next 1.5 month. All the best. There is a WhatsApp link description for personal appointments, and those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe. There is also a WhatsApp group that we have created for astrology lovers and seekers, so go in there and have fun. All the best. For Virgo ascendant people, what is happening is the Lagna is occupied by Ketu from the beginning of the 30th of October 2023, and this is creating a little bit of detachment in all the areas of life. But during this time, 4th house is going to be occupied by the 11th house Lord. That means gains in the area, that is moon entering into Sagittarius on 31st of March, is going to give you gains in the area related to your uh, you know uh, first of all, inner peace, happiness; second, real estate; and third, vehicles. There's going to be some good news in these areas. On the same day, Venus entering into Pisces, into the 7th house of your relationship, where the eclipse is taking place. Venus will make sure that your relationships are safe, because amidst of this kind of affliction of moon or of sun, who's the 12th house lord, can cause lot of detachment and lot of separation also between the loved ones. But Venus is coming here and taking over the charge and making sure that things do not happen in like that intensity. It will be just very temporary, so hold on there. Then Mercury retrogrades into Aries. Now retrograde Mercury is the another challenge here, because it is the Lagna Lord as well as the 10th house Lord. When ascendant Lord becomes retrograde in any area of life, this is the time that you start shaking up, and that shaking up is related to your personal beliefs or your attitude towards the life, as well as the career area. So if it is in the 8th house, there will be sudden ups and downs in that area, and what we need to do is not to make very, very big decisions here in the area related to career, or your mind will be afflicted, because already Ketu is sitting on your mind, and the Lagna Lord is getting retrograde in the 8th house, and approaching the debilitation point also. So little bit challenge in the area related to your decision making. So no big decision should be made. If not necessary, just you know delay it. Like buying, like for example, now 8th house is also the house of inheritance and asking for inheritance. So this time, if this does not work, just say that okay, not right now. So this is what it is like. Just avoid things. Then moon enters into Capricorn, into the 5th house. 11th house lord in the 5th house, gains and gains in terms of creativity. Very nice creative approach that you will have towards your work, as well as there's going to be very, very emotional and very nice moments in the area related to your love life. If you're into new love, good relationships can pop up. There may be deep foundations that you may put during the time when moon is in the 5th house. In fact, speculative gains is also seen, because it is the house owner of gains sitting in exactly opposite and aspecting the 11th house. So speculative gains is also seen for Virgo ascendant people, but be careful, and before investment, make sure that you ask an expert. And then moon enters into the 6th house. Sixth house enters, there's two things. So number one is Mahalakshmi Yoga. If you're applying for debt, if you're waiting a judgment, if you're waiting for some money to be received from your enemies, you may find that positive news. But also because Saturn is sitting here and aspecting the eighth house, health wise it is going to be a challenge. There can be some cases of food poisoning, going to hospitals, going to, some kind of, sorry to say, but some kind of prison, some kind of doing some kind of wrong act like drinking, stuff like that may cause you trouble. So during this time, what do you need to do? Be exactly, stop taking alcohol this whole week and next week because of the eclipse that is happening. It can create little bit of illusion on your mind, and then you can get into trouble, or health wise also, and wealth wise also, and also related to any uh, you know uh, court cases or any police action stuff, because it is all are aspecting the 12th house, man. 12th house means seclusion, isolation. There can be isolated way that you may get across. Huh? So careful. All the best. Mostly the emphasis on the area related to your partnerships, or hold in there. If there is some big major shift happening in the energies in the partnership area or in the love life spouse area, just hold on there because it is very temporary. Just the eclipse happens and everything is good. Sun becomes exalted here, makes two yogas. Exalted in the eighth house as well as Viprit Rajyog. So what do you need? Very, very positive time is coming. Hold on there. There is a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments, and those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe. Libra ascendant people, here for Libra ascendant people, the rising sign, the lord of your lagna is going to get exalted, which is very positive news for you. But on the other hand, Moon is in Sagittarius on 31st of March, and that Sagittarius is the third house, the house of Upchaya. It means very, very difficult house where you do a lot of hard work. During this time in the career areas, communication will be very hard. Like there can be some kind of very, very extreme things happening in the work area where you might be completely doing extreme hard work, and you will say that, oh my God, when this ends, man, how this ends. This is what your reaction, because Moon, the 10th house lord in the third house, means lot of hard work in the area related to your career. Short distance travel may also trouble you. There may be a lot of short distance travel. Relationship with siblings may become more intense and more bonding. This is very good time for all the Libra ascendant people. And I have seen that Libra ascendant people, if they have younger siblings, they are also very, very attached to them. So very nice. Now here, 31st of March is when positive things happen. The Lagna Lord goes into the sixth house, makes two yogas here. First becomes exalted and then makes a Viprit Raj Yoga as well, because the eighth house Lord is in the sixth house, which means that there is going to be some very positive news in the workplace. See, amidst of this eclipse going on in the workplace, in the sixth house of your health, of your things, Venus goes and takes the charge. The Lagna Lord says that, okay, no, I will not let anyone cause any harm to my people. And that's why it's standing for you like a god. So during this time, and invoke the energy of Mahalakshmi. Do a lot of chanting of Mahalakshmi, Shreem, Shreem, Shreem. This will give more strength to Venus to make sure that amidst of this, eclipse, it can be more powerful here. But in a positive way, expenses related to some debt or some kind of thing may go down, but on the other hand, the expenses in the area related to travel may show up, because all Sun and Venus both aspecting the 12th house, expenses will be there. Later on, Mercury is going to get retrograde in Aries. Now here, seventh house is where, so there can be some kind of challenge or communication challenge in your in things related to your relationships, exactly with your spouse or business partners or your employees in the business area. So what you need to do is be calm, patient, because it is just an effect of Mercury getting retrograde. There is no big thing that you can nothing big. It is just very temporary. On the other hand, the ninth lord and the 12th lord getting retrograde means foreign travel or travel during this time may not be very pleasant, so avoid any travel. Then Moon enters into the fourth house, exactly opposite to the 10th. Looking at the 10th house, again, progress, inner peace and happiness restored, progress in the area related to your career. So, good news for you. And then Moon enters into the fifth house, Aquarius, where Moon is going to make a very good yoga with Mars. So, it is Mars and Moon together, Mahalakshmi Yoga in the house of Mahalakshmi. awesome time, but also means fifth house, where moon and Saturn are together, makes a Visha Yoga. That means with your children, you have to be careful. See, monetary wise, because of your creativity, money will come. But with your children, with your, again, love life, you have to be careful because there can be some poison in that area, or maybe poison in your thoughts that can create a little bit of differences. Okay, all the best, Libra ascendant people. The emphasis mostly is on the health, workplace, and on your enemies' debts. During this time, you will be a little bit vulnerable in that area, but Venus is giving you a lot of strength. So make the most of it. Do more Mahalakshmi chanting, Shreem, Shreem, Shreem. You will get a lot of benefit. Okay, there is a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments. Do go there for personal appointments if you need any. And those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe so that you and we are always part of each other. There is one more good news about a WhatsApp group that we have created for all the astrology research and development group. Here, almost 500 people have joined in last 10 hours. And now I think more and more, and we're going to complete 1,000 in one day only, and then create group number 2. So so here, all the best. Come here, join, discuss about astrology and so on. Moving on to Scorpio ascendant people. When we talk about Scorpio ascendant people, the Lagna Lord is in very, very good position. That is, Mars is in very, very awesome position. And here Mars is also, what we say, Mars is also the sixth house Lord. That means health is also becoming very better. Now, Moon in this chart, if you look, it is the Bhagya Karaka. That means the owner of your destiny. And Moon is into very good position in the second house for you. That means money through destiny is going to be received. Your speech is going to be very awesome. Family life is going to be very good. Investments are going to be very positive, and that it can show very good results when it comes to your commitments that you have done. You will be able to fulfill it, and things might come in positive way in the form of wealth. Okay, secondly, on that same day, Venus is getting into Pisces, into the fifth house. Exalted here, the 12th house Lord, the seventh house Lord, which is kind of Maraka, and the things related to your expenses is going to get exalted, which means that there can be some positive news here. You will hear from a foreign country, or through your partnership, there can be people who, this Venus is going to be there here. So hold on. We need, if you are proposing, if you are trying to find any date or anything for marriage, for education, foreign education, applying for visa, such kind of dates, you have to just hold on, because you know why. After the eclipse that happens on the 8th of April, 9th it's going to be a little bit heavy, then 10th onwards you can make that decision. So during this time, just do your research, do your do things related to research and development, but not to make any decisions right now. Things will move forward. Venus has to get exalted and take degree also here to give positive results. Venus gets exalted at 27 degrees in Revati. So it is a lot of time that Venus will now just going to be positive, positive, positive. When it enters into 27 degrees, then it becomes very extreme positive. So, hold on. Don't take any decisions very, very, swiftly. Let the eclipse happen, but there is going to be a positive shift in the area related to romance and such kind of life, and children life also, foreign education also, marriage also. Things are looking very positive. Then Mercury becomes retrograde. Now Mercury is making a Viprit Rajog here, but retrograde, that means it is afflicted now twice. And here this means that communication wise, and especially gains, that means the goals that you were trying to achieve will become a little bit slow. In the work area, there may be a little bit of disturbance that you may have. Concentrate on the work area. That is what I can say. It is just a matter of time that Mercury enters into Pisces and makes a Viprit Neech Bhang Raj Yog. Then things become very positive. But right now, for few days, don't make any major decisions or major enmity or argument in the area related to workplace. Health wise also, anything related to dental problems should be taken care immediately, or any problem in the mouth area or skin area should be taken care immediately. Then Moon enters into the third house. Here moon enters into the third house of lot of it is called a short distance journey house, sibling house, personal interest house, your learning house. Here short distance travel may be what you may be experiencing or may go through during this time. And moon aspecting the ninth house means long distance travel for a short period of time, so it will be very positive for you. Make the most of it. Your hard work will be paid off also during this time. Your destiny also depends on the hard work that you do. So don't be a little bit of lazy. Just go on. Things will be positive for you. Then moon enters into the fourth house, making a yoga, which is the yoga of Mahalakshmi Yoga and also Vishya Yoga. So that means little bit of challenge to the mother. Health of mother can be seen, but on the other hand, those who are thinking of getting property things done, thinking of signing some contracts related to vehicles or property, it's a positive time for you. So overall, the whole emphasis in the area of children, love, romance, and speculation during this time. Don't get into a lot of big speculative, investments. This may create a little bit of challenge because eclipse is happening. So you might be completely under the shadow that things might be looking very positive, but suddenly there will be darkness, which will create a little bit dent on your pocket. है ना? All the best. There is a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments, and those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe so that you and we are always part of each other and we can embrace this journey together. For Sagittarius ascendant people, moon is in the ascendant during this time, the eighth house lord in the Lagna. This means that a lot of secrets will be revealed from your side and from the people who were hiding from you. So things will come to you. You will feel very bright, very motivated during this time. Moon in Kendra and Trikona, because first house is Kendra and Trikona both. So here it will start helping you take right decisions. On the other hand, the same day, your Venus, the sixth house lord and the 11th house lord, that means the lord that rules your health and the lord that rules your wealth, is going to get exalted in the fourth house. So very, very positive news related to your home environment, some kind of investments that you're supposed to do in the area related to your property, some kind of property that you want to buy, vehicle that you want to buy. Happiness in the mother area or motherland can be seen during this time. But another thing that is happening in this house is an eclipse, and during this eclipse it's going to be complete solar eclipse, and this is going to cause a little bit of challenge to the health of your mother, or maybe some kind of expenses in the home area. But it is very temporary. So more bigger power is Venus getting exalted here. Then later, Mercury will get retrograde in the fifth house, causing a lot of trouble in the education area, in the things related to children. Decision making in that areas may be a little bit challenged. Also, there may be misunderstandings in the love life or in the romantic life of you and your partner. So during this time, don't make any major decisions in that area. Just try to be calm and relax, because Mercury plays with your mind, and this is the time that it may also create a little bit of creative blockage in the area related to your relationships and also your career, because it is the 10th house and the 7th house lord. So just be relaxed. Then later, moon enters into Capricorn, into the second house, restoring a lot of wealth for you. So because your decision making power and a lot of secrets came out, now this is what will give you profit. Your wealth will increase during this time. So embrace this happy moment. Let wealth also come. Wealth is also important in your life. Spiritually, you will be very, very active, and a lot of research you will do before making any investments during this time. So it is a positive time. Then third house, where moon and Mars comes to, because of your hard work and dedication that you have done, Mars and moon makes a yoga called Mahalakshmi Yoga. So money will be coming through your hard work. But on the other hand, Mars and Venus, Moon and Saturn makes a Vishya Yoga as well. That's a poison yoga. So here there can be some trouble with your neighbors, with your siblings. So in that area, you have to be careful. You do not make any statements, or you get into argument or fight. It may create a challenge for all the Sagittarius ascendant people. But overall, the most of the emphasis is on the home area. This is the time of doing a lot of meditation, being very nice to the mother, to the motherland, to mother-like figures, to your family members. This is the time inner peace have little bit of fluctuation, but Venus is helping you a lot. Your health will be okay and your wealth will be okay, and that is what is most important right now. But with health and wealth, spiritual energy should also be evolving. You should evolve spiritually also every day. That is what is required by Sagittarius ascendant people, to put more effort in that area. All the best. Moving on, yeah, there's a personal link of WhatsApp for personal appointments, and those who are watching the video for the first time can subscribe. Capricorn ascendant people, here Moon is entering into Sagittarius into the 12th house, the 7th house lord in the 12th house. Little bit challenge in the area related to your relationships. There may be a lot of introvertness, a lot of seclusion, a lot of not feeling good about your relationships. It is very temporary. On the other hand, Venus goes into the third house, gets exalted here. Now 10th house lord, 5th house lord in the third house. That means during this time some very positive news in your love life, romance area, in the career area, some positive news is coming to you. There may be some kind of short distance travel also that you may book or you may be going on, which may create some happiness for you. But if that travel is for long distance, like going out of country, then there may be some challenge, because it may create a little bit of cultural differences, because Venus is aspecting the eighth house, and that house is related to your ninth house, and that house is related to your long distance travel. It's a debilitated aspect, so it may create a lot of detachment in area of different cultures. So think wisely and then move ahead. Mercury gets retrograde here, the ninth house lord. Okay, very important. The sixth house lord gets, retrograde here. And after retrogression, it is going towards debilitation also. That means it will go to Pisces. So here in the health of the mother has to be number one taken care of. In fact, your health also, your heart health has to be taken care of, because there can be palpitation, struggle in that area. On the other hand, destiny wise also things may be not working. Yeah, there may be travel for sure happening during this time, because you have fourth house is getting afflicted, so you may travel during this time. So let's hope for the best that your travel brings happiness and not sorrow. Then later Moon enters into the Lagna and aspects exactly the seventh house, restores a lot of happiness in relationships, and also make your destiny bright during this time. Your decision making power very bright. So very positive news for all the Capricorn ascendant people. Yourself will take a lot of care of your health also. So very good news. Then later Capricorn ascendant, second house, where Mahalakshmi, it is the house of wealth, where Moon and Mars are making a Mahalakshmi yoga. So wealth is going to be promised. It is in front of you, and it is going to be promised. But on the same hand, because Moon and Saturn are also together, it is Vishya yoga. So your speech can be a little bit poisonous. You can speak something very bad about someone, and which may come back to you, haunt you. So during this time, make sure that focus on the wealth area. Don't focus on demeaning or saying some bad things to other people. This may create problem. So wealth wise, very good time for a Capricorn ascendant people, but here hard work is extreme that you need to do because of the eclipse happening in the third area. Communication wise, mostly being silent is going to give you better results, so be silent. All the best. There is a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments, and those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe, be a part of us, and let us serve you like how we serve every week. Aquarius ascendant people. Now here Moon is entering into Sagittarius. Okay, Moon is in the 11th house, the sixth house lord in the 11th house, sixth from itself. This means little bit of challenge in the health area, especially in the leg area. There may be some kind of challenge. You may hurt your leg, or something related to leg, or some sprain in your leg can happen. But otherwise, this is also the ears, so some kind of ringing in ears also can happen. But on a positive note, bigger goals that you were trying to achieve, you may go one step more closer to it. Your enemies will not be able to harm you. On the other hand, if you're expecting some kind of debt or return of debt, that you are expecting some kind of money to be coming to you, it is a very good time, because sixth house lord in sixth from itself means there is going to be some positive news in the area related to debt. Either you repay the debt or you reclaim the debt that you have given to someone. So good news. On the same day, the Yoga Karka, most Yoga Karka planet here, Venus, gets exalted in the second house for you. And second house is the house of the wealth, speech. Here, just see the God is so great. Amidst of eclipse happening in the second house, which will affect your speech, family life, and wealth, Venus goes and takes up this place, because it's a Yoga Karka. It has to make sure that during the difficult time, it is coming to the exact rescue for you. And it has come to rescue to make sure that you do not lose any prestige or any status or any, money during this time. So all the best. Very good news for all the Aquarius ascendant people, that eclipse is happening and Venus gets exalted that time only. Then Mercury gets retrograde. Now this is the time that communication wise, especially something that you don't know, inheritance wise, shared resources wise, partnership wise, communication should not be done, or not be conclusion should not be done, not of signing of document should also not be done during this time. The fifth house lord is also afflicted, so education wise also you should not pay something to someone. There may be some cheating that can happen, because your communication, someone might say something else and you might understand or receive something else. So just hold on during this time not to make very big decisions in this area. Then later, Moon enters into the 12th house, making a Viprit Raj Yog. When Viprit Raj Yog is made by Moon, especially the 6th house Lord in the 12th house, your health becomes very good. But on the other hand, enemies and all, hidden enemies may come out. Suddenly, all the people who were hidden enemies may suddenly pop up and say that, okay, I was your hidden enemy. And you will now understand this lesson that, okay, man, we don't have to trust them or trust someone so blindly. Spiritually, very very awesome time. Long distance travel wise, very very awesome time. If you're thinking of going to a foreign country, a very good news will come to you. Then later, Moon will enter into Aquarius on 5th of April. And this is the time when Moon is going to make two major yogas here. One is Mahalakshmi Yoga, that with your own effort and your own decision and attitude, you'll be able to make money. And on the other hand, this own attitude and things may be creating poison in other people's life. So money making is good, but unethical money making is not good. So that means during this time, avoid any chances or any opportunities for making unethical gains. Okay, all the best. The more emphasis on the family area, on the speech area, on the wealth area where the eclipse is happening. So what is happening is, in this area, don't make any major decisions or investments during this time. It is a time to just stay quiet. After 10th of April, do whatever you want to do. But right now, amidst of this eclipse, just let this energy pass. Do lot of mantra chanting, lot of Ganesha upasana. This is going to help you. We are going to make a proper video about what can you achieve during this time, what siddhis can you do during this time, in the solar eclipse video. So for that, do subscribe. There is a WhatsApp link in the description also for personal appointments. If you want to know more about your chart and decision makings, then you can WhatsApp us and we can get a Samantha is the one who's leading the team and she can get appointments for you. All the best. Moving on to Pisces ascendant people. Now here, the 10th house is going to be occupied by Moon. Moon in the 5th house lord in the 10th house. Lot of creativity in the work area, lot of happiness in the work area. We say that Moon is enemy, but Moon does not consider anyone enemy. So here the 5th house lord going into the 10th house means that there's going to be spark, awesome things in the career area. On top of that, the same day, Venus is going to enter into Pisces, into the Lagna, the 8th house lord, the 3rd house lord, the most difficult places which Venus rules here, gets exalted in the 1st house. That means problem related to communication, problem related to sudden ups and downs, and problems in shared resources, inheritances, problem in with siblings, everything is going to get solved. And that will be because of your attitude. You will change your attitude. But remember, this is the time that there's an eclipse also that is happening in the Lagna, in the ascendant. Pisces ascendant people are the most affected one during this time because of the eclipse happening on their head, in their on their every part of their body will be going under this eclipse power. So during this time, heavy items lifting, going to gym, running, taking any adventure should be avoided, because it can create some trouble, man. Because the 6th house lord is getting afflicted, so health wise there can be trouble. Okay. On the other hand, Venus entering here also means that relationship wise little bit careful, because it is putting a debilitated aspect on the 7th house, where Ketu is already making you detached from your relationship. So mostly being quiet is the best option during this time. Let embrace all the good things, let go all the bad things. Then on that 2nd of April, Mercury will get retrograde into Aries. Now here, where is Aries sign? Is the 2nd house of wealth, of family, of speech. This is the time that communication lord in the house of speech getting retrograde means your communication and speech should be in context of not making anyone, in a simple way, if I say anyone hurt, like any family member hurt, or any bad statement you make about the people in your family. This can create problems, especially to your mother, especially to your wife or husband, because the 4th house and the 10th 7th house lord is getting affected in the 2nd house of speech. So keep your mouth shut. Simple. Later, Moon enters into the 11th house, exactly opposite to the 5th, aspecting the 5th house. Lot of gains from your higher goals that you were kept, now this is the time to achieve that. Also goal gains from your career area, also gains from children, gains from education. Everything is looking very positive for the Pisces ascendant people. Amidst of this eclipse, still it is very positive, so very good for you. Then later, Moon enters the 12th house of spirituality, expenses. Here, Moon and Mars are making Mahalakshmi Yoga. That means expenses will happen, but happen on a very positive things. Maybe, it can be happening on some kind of religious ritual, some kind of, what we say, charity work. Also, there is going to be health-wise problem because Moon is making a wish yoga with Saturn here. 100% during this time you have to make sure that your health wise you're doing very good. And this is that same day that Saturn will be entering into Purva Bhadra Nakshatra. Yeah, Nakshatra of Ajay Ekapad. That means here a lot of transformative energy is happening, and Moon is giving that energy also to Saturn for transformation. But this also means that this transformation can be a little bit of challenging and may require medical assistance as well. So if required, go fast, run and take medical assistance during this time, because it is not wrong. Sometimes for mental health also you need medical assistance, so take it. All the best. There is this WhatsApp link which you can go and take personal appointments, but there is another WhatsApp link in the area where astrology research and development group is there. You can go join this, and this can bring a lot of insights into your life related to astrology, and you can discuss with group members there, and lot of happiness can be coming your way. Rohit ji, thank you.
Lots of happiness coming to your way, and I am bit surprised that you made this group today, and we upload the video, and I think 8 9 hours and 500 members already joined the group, and still more counting. I think by tomorrow it will be 1000 when we need to make a new group. So this is an initiative to connect all the AC Astro family members with each other, so you can explore about astrology. I see that continuously people are putting charts and they are telling their own things. Some people are putting some PDF of books, astrology, everything. So this is very rich group. Come and join this group and be a part of this journey of exploring astrology in a different manner. Thank you very much, and thank you to all the family members of ACS Pro, not only for joining this group, but also for subscribing, for commenting, from blessing. Thanks. Keep subscribing, keep blessing, keep commenting. And those who want to take consultation from Akashji, details on the screen and the link in a description box. Click connect and you will be directly connected with Samantha, and she will give you consultation, video consultation, one-on-one with Akashji. Thank you very much to all the family members. Thank you, Akashji, for this weekly horoscope predictions, because
Thank you, Rohit
people
ji.
await for this. When I read comment, people tell, oh, this happened with me, thank you. Oh yes, you are right, this happening with me. So this is like reward for us. Thank you very much,
Thank you, Rohit ji.
and we will meet you in some next video. Till then, Jai Shri Ram, Jai
Jai
Hanuman, Jai
Hanuman, Jai
Mata,
Mata.
Om Namah Shivaya, Jai Mata.